What's up, everyone? Good morning. Welcome back. And we have some crypto breaking news. We're going to get into the first look. Okay, this will be the first look of the U.S. inflation data. It has been released. What was Bitcoin's reaction? What was crypto's reaction? We're going to talk about it right here on the channel. I'm Mark. If you haven't done so, please subscribe down below. Welcome to the Crypto Mark, and we'll get down into the data and some of the numbers that are really going to get us going as we wake up and get through this midweek as we look to get into the weekend and really kick off up October. Okay, I think those sales were put out kind of short-lived with what we saw with some of the reactions to what was going on in the Middle East, and you couple that with some of the conflicts we're seeing elsewhere throughout the world, and you know, thoughts and prayers to all those involved with the hurricane down in Southeast Florida. If you are located down there, what we're seeing on the news is devastating, and I know all the reports can not really tell both sides of the story. It could be a little bit worse, could be a little bit dramatized, or it could be just absolutely the worst hurricane that we've ever seen. I don't really trust the news, but I just want to let you guys know we're thinking of you. Stay safe, and let's get back into crypto. Okay, so this is what we're looking at as we get into the inflation data that has been released. Now, the biggest storyline here is, and kind of the thing we have to go off of, is what is Bitcoin going to do first? Okay, how is crypto going to react? Well, let's talk about it. All right, so let's dive right into the coin market cap look at the total market cap overall. And we've stayed relatively flat to open up the day, down 1.57% over the last 24 hours for Bitcoin. Still sitting here in the fearful range, okay? 37 for fear and greed. That's kind of where we're at in that regard, all right? And we still have a overall decrease in the total crypto market, down 1.27% over the last day overall for crypto. Some of the biggest movers here, we'll just go into the last hour because that's when the news has dropped. We are seeing XRP kind of take off a little bit. We'll see if something brews with that. Jasmine Coin, ICP, some of the cryptos we talk about, Ondo, Gala, we're even seeing Brett up a little bit, which is one of the meme coins that I'm in as well. Okay, but I want to share with you guys kind of what's happening within this because this is very, very important. This is where Bitcoin, we've seen this road where we can look into it right here, and you can see what I'm talking about. Bitcoin is struggling to break through, right? We've been kind of teetering. It's been a great month. I mean, for anybody who's disappointed in the action that we've seen from Bitcoin, you shouldn't be, because this is something where we're still up 7.6% in the last 30 days, and just absolutely insane. For those of you that do not know, Bitcoin has more than doubled in the last 365. So best performing asset of my lifetime for the most part, and that's kind of where it leads me to this argument where I'm bullish on crypto as we look for Bitcoin to break through that 71.6 level once more. Now, this is something where we look into Bitcoin within the numbers. We struggled to stay above and have some legs above 60K. I know that the November release of the CPI data and the Fed interest rate decision, that's going to be kind of the big headline. But the crucial numbers that I want to share with you guys right now is that the Fed attached the interest rate the inflation data, that it gets attached to the importance as the interest rate decision is to be announced. Okay, so this is how the data has been disclosed. If we look into the CPI, the index, we've seen 2.4% that has been announced versus 2.3. And then if you look into kind of what I look at more so, and that is the core consumer price index, on a monthly basis, it was expected at 0.2%, and it was announced at 0.3%. So it's 0.1. It's a little bit variable. It's a little bit higher than expected by 0.1%, but I don't think it's enough to move the needle any further. But the first reaction after this data has been dropped is we did fall it's a sharper red candle, but this is something to be noted that these are, I believe, 15-minute candles. I'm not quite, don't quote me on that, but nonetheless, we did see a big sharp red kind of, I guess you'd say, sudden movement, and that's kind of where we look at this as it wicks down to that 61,000 level. And the biggest question here is, will we break through and continue to stay above 60,000? Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull up kind of the likes of Bitcoin here for you guys to see it on the trading view, okay, and that's where we're going to dive into my trading algorithm. This is xtalgo.com, by the way, guys, and this is kind of what I use to trade crypto on a daily basis, and really don't make a crypto decision without it. But as we look at this W start to form, and we're trading, we did start to trade above that, all of the SMAs here ever so briefly back in the end of September, and then we thought that we were getting to this heightened period of just explosive growth that was going to start up October. All of a sudden, boom, missiles were flying everywhere in the Middle East. and it just was one thing after another, bearish catalyst after bearish catalyst, and then all of a sudden panics hit the market, and that's why we see the overall fear and greed index sitting here at 37, and then Bitcoin subsequently falls down from this plateau about 65.7, 65.8 as we were briefing, 66, all the way down to the 60 and 60.5 level that we're currently seated at right here, right now. Okay. So it's important to understand that if you do go back and you look at these ebbs and flows, this is very healthy, okay? This is very healthy trading activity. Bitcoin is being traded. It's being traded very, very successfully, and I do look for how we've seen these legs up, okay? You got one right here, and then we have one right here. This is all kind of historically, it's cyclical, and you can see kind of this on a monthly scale. We have followed the same pattern, okay? Now, you're going to look at this and you're going to go, well, those are just basically showing the runs he went on. Well, that's very good sign of healthy crypto trading, okay? And the biggest thing to know is right now, as we look at a little bit of a fearful time period, I do think Bitcoin's going to fall a little bit further, okay? And if you notice, and you look at these local lows, and this is dating back, through 2024, these are monthly lows, we have essentially have created new lows in this regard, but have since bounced off of that, formed new support walls, and bounced off, like I'm showing these blue arrows going up into the sky. And this is where I look for Bitcoin to decrease a little bit further, okay? And this is where I think they get down to possibly under 60,000. I'm talking 58, 59,000. That would be kind of the floor I would set for that. And then from there, I think that's where we could see another one of those monthly cyclical kind of upswings that you can kind of visualize a little bit better right here, okay? So this would be the future kind of graph and how I would point this out. And maybe we do get up October, but maybe this year it's just going to be a little bit late. It's going to be a little delayed, and it ends up being a up November, if you will. So that's kind of where I'm at. Not financial advice, but I do foresee Bitcoin kind of here having a little bit more red in the short term, getting through some of these issues in October, and then I think as the dust settles, I think we do see a little bit of an upswing, and we will vault ourselves and just have a delayed up October come November time as we close out Q4 of 2025. So that's what I got. Obviously, do your own research, not financial advice. These are just my thoughts and how I'm trading crypto. Also, like I said, I divert a lot of times to my trading indicator. So if you don't use a trading indicator, you should be. It really takes the guesswork out of everything I do in crypto. Right now, though, for Bitcoin, still showing momentum up. So if we do flash momentum down, that's when you got to start worrying a little bit. But when we have flash momentum up in the past, it's a very good signal. It's not a buy signal, but it's just kind of what I use as a tiebreaker with all my crypto decisions and my trades. So appreciate you guys watching. As always, guys, we are going to be live, kind of remote this week at Vegas. So hope you enjoyed the backdrop, a little bit of sunrise. Enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.